Assalamu alaikum everybody. Today we'll be doing a story from the Quran in Seerah stories. And today's story is called The Stone Moved. The Prophet Muhammad once told a story of how three men out of a walk in the mountains were caught in a rainstorm. They quickly took shelter in a cave, but the entrance to it was once blocked by a huge stone which came hurtling down the mountainside. Now it was impossible for them to get out, so they began to pray to Allah, recalling the good deeds they had all done, in hopes that Allah would be pleased with them and set them free. The first one said that he and his wife and children were living with his aged parents. Whenever he returned with his herd, he milked the animals and then offered the milk first to his parents, then to his children. One day he went far away. By the time he came back home, it was very late, and his parents had fallen asleep. He milked the herd as usual and brought the milk to his parents. But seeing that they were sound asleep, he did not feel like waking them up. His children ran to him for their milk, but he felt it was not right to give it to them before he gave it to his parents. So he stood there all night waiting for his parents to get up. They did not wake until the break of dawn, only then when they had their milk did he give any to his children. What he did that day had been done to please Allah, and he begged his Maker, if he had seen any virtue in his behavior, to set them free. Miraculously, the stone moved a little, but not enough to let them out. The second man said that he had a cousin whom he was very much in love with, and whom he was very keen to marry. But she refused to marry him and stayed away from him. Then a time came when she was in dire need of help because of a famine that year. She came to him and gave him 120 gold coins. Then he wanted to marry her forcefully, but she pleaded to let him go. He agreed to her request, and turning away from her, he allowed her to go away and take the gold coins with her. The man begged Allah to remember that he had done this out of fear of him, and beseeched him to help him. So the stone moved another little bit, but the gap was still not wide enough for them to come out of the cave. The third man said that once he had hired a service of workmen for a bushel of rice. When the work was completed, the man gave his bushel of rice to the workman, not liking the quality of it, went off without it. So he kept replanting it until he had earned enough money for its sale to buy some cows. Years later, the workman returned and demanded his wages. He told the man to take the cows, which had greatly multiplied by the time, and he promptly did without leaving a single cow for the owner. After telling this tale, he begged Allah to release them, as he had done this good deed for fear of him. So the stone moved a little bit more and made big enough gap for them to come out of the cave. That's all for today. Jazakallah for watching. Happy reading. Assalamu alaikum.